Welcome back.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Hey. Welcome to Hazardous Endeavors. I am your host, Mark. Joining me today are Wizard James.
Hello.
The Lady Crass.
That's me.
Voiceover Guy Brian.
Hello.
And Sound Guy Steven.
Greetings.
This is our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast brought to you by Digital and Dice.
Yay.
And where we last left our intrepid adventurers.
I got a book.
Yes, indeed, you did.
We got tea.
So, what we have last had you doing, you had made your way into Anrilathan and visited the Frostmoon family of Anavar and Emmett Frostmoon, the fathers of Elliot Frostmoon.
Yes, indeed. Lovely people.
Yes, indeed. You had spent a little bit of time regaling them with your stories.
Making corrections.
Making some corrections. Learning that there was a little bit of something going on, but they didn't talk about it much of stuff that they were busy with. But they didn't burden you with it. And for the most part, it was just a pleasant visit with snacks, tea, and conversation.
So, Elliot, if you actually hear what's got them all afluster, you should share with us so, we don't end up having another zombie apocalypse or something in the midst of this wonderful magical city of yours.
I don't think a zombie apocalypse is very possible in this city.
You say that, but I would like to point out, I didn't think it was very possible in the last city. And, well, I learned something new.
And learning is a good thing.
And knowledge is power.
Far more worried about the stone in Lindo's pocket than a zombie apocalypse.
Oh.
Yeah, we always worry about when Lindo's pocket.
Generally a good thing to worry about.
I constantly live in fear of what's in Lindo's pocket.
As you should.
So,
It is dangerous.
as you make your way back into the common quarter, as it were, the island you were previously on with the various different structures and the non-wizarding folk, the non-citizens quarter, you are making your way back to the inn.
Okay.
Yes, we get to some sort of inn. I imagine that it will have some form of verb and or ridiculous noun.
I believe it was wasn't the Hawk and Dove?
That was in the last.
Yeah.
You're right,
we haven't been to the inn yet.
That's right. You guys actually did not make your way to the inn in this one. I must be derp.
It's all right. It's all right. Dating with us can drive you crazy.
Yes. This one is the Shining Lantern.
Okay.
Oh, so tame. Okay.
To which, as you make your way out there, the inn, and as it's starting to get dark, the inn's namesake is hanging on a pole outside, where it does have a lantern that is glowing in basically changing colored flame. Ooh. It seems to make it kind of coalesce from one to the next, and is just burning brightly in its lantern hole right out there.
Impressive piece of spell work.
Well, it's nice.
Well, for here, it seems pretty average. For you, I mean, it's very nice. But Elliot, you're like yeah.
We're all just all sitting there staring at the lights.
It's an ever-burning torch with, a little bit of...
A little bit of and a little bit of
Actually, that is a very accurate description of it. Very good, Lindo. You've been paying attention.
I have.
Dancing lights. I can change the colors of them whenever I want. It's the same thing.
Well, yeah,
it's just permanent.
Yeah.
Can yours stay permanent?
No. I just said that.
It is cool. I like it.
The flashing multicolored lights outside. Inside, the house band has just finished its last set. Odd, magical sounding music. But as you...
AWED.
Right, yes.
Ignorant rebel.
So as you go into the inn is almost circular in the front room area.
Like a tower?
It is not. It's only a 2-story building here. It seems more human-made.
On
like
the
a short tower?
outside.
Right. Seems to be human-made, or at least very similar in construction to a lot of the buildings in Dariel. A lot of the same kind of wood beam construction. But it seems to be in a bit of a circle pattern towards the front. So the seating area goes right up to the nice curved windows looking over the street.
Okay, almost amphitheater-like.
Yes. Towards the back is where the bar is on a bit of a dais. You actually make your way up some stairs to where the bar overlooks the rest of it. There is a hearth on both sides of the room. And it is warm, inviting, and towards the center of the room is a circular stage. Only about, 2 feet high, but wide enough to hold at least 3 or 4 musicians on it.
Excellent.
But you guys go in there, making your way over. You see the bartender, who is a very old elf, and obviously old elf. So you see in the very fey-like qualities of their face, normally you're seeing that eternal youth look, but this one obviously much older. It actually has age lines, wrinkles, and seems to have been around for a while.
Feeling a little stretched out, carried around the One Ring too long?
He's got a look to him. But he sees you and he smiles. And in a voice that sounds more etheric than old, he says, yes, Master Frostmoon, I was informed that you and your compatriots would be coming by. Your friends, of course, are covered in their stay, and any of their libations are also taken care of.
What? Did you just say our libations are already paid for?
They are indeed.
Moderation, gentlemen.
I heard what he said, and I am very
Moderation.
excited. That is not the voice I expected to come out of that man.
I mean,
Wink.
So, please make yourselves at home. And he moves a set of iron keys across the bar. Says, your rooms are up those stairs.
Dipsies! I grabbed the keys and I ran upstairs.
Second, third, and fourth doors on the left.
I don't know if Lindo heard that.
Nope, I just start trying to open all the doors.
The third door on your left opens.
Ha-ha!
I hand Jaxom one of the other keys, and we go and get our bags put down, such like that.
Okay. You just get yourself situated, get your rooms, at least put your things down before you can come down and relax.
Yes.
Elliot and Jaxom, Jaxom, you go put your stuff down. Elliot, you just go find yourself a place to sit. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Waiting for the festivities to start whenever they get back down.
I go over to Lindo's room because I can hear him going, ha ha ha.
I have a bed.
The bed is very well made. It's very comfortable, although it seems relatively new.
What am I supposed to do with all these drawers?
Dun, 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 dun.
Eh?
Lindo.
Eh?
Lindo.
What? Okay, hold on. I opened the door.
So, wait, I'll go into the room. Come, close the door. Close the door.
Okay. I
So-
closed the door.
I'm willing to bet that as Elliot has the high muckety muck researcher taking a look at that stone, he's not going to want us to be obnoxious. Yeah, the stone. Don't touch me with it, please.
Oh, okay. I put it back in my pouch.
Thank you. So what we should do is we should find a way to make ourselves scarce for this said meeting. Obviously to be out of the way of Elliot's hard work and getting things done. And I was thinking, Angel Heist?
Oh.
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
It is like a thought has come forward in my mind.
Oh, yes, I'm listening.
We are going to leave here while he is distracted.
Yeah?
And
Yeah?
steal the baby angel.
And then?
Set it free.
Yes! Absolutely!
I got it.
So,
I have a question.
yes.
What about Jaxom?
Well, I mean, that is a great question, but I have a sneaky feeling that Jaxom won't want to go off with us if we're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna go paint the town red. So what we do is we go down there, we pound 2 ales as fast as possible, and then say we want to go out and be social.
Okay.
And then they're not going to want anything to do with us.
Jaxom has no larger fear than to be social. I understand.
So, that's the plan?
Plan!
Beautiful.
He seems solid, I think. Okay, so wait, who goes down first? Do we go down together? Do we hold hands? Do we...
We could just go down.
Oh. Here?
Yeah,
okay.
It's all right.
Oh, okay, great.
It'll
All
be
right.
fine. Just remember,
Uh-huh.
play casual, but pound 2 beers as fast as possible.
Dipsies, and I run out of the room.
Okay.
I walk my way down.
All right, so the two of you make your way down. Jaxom, at this point, you've actually been able to shed the rest of your armor bits that
Put
are...
it on the well
His second orc
maintained
skin.
armor stand, and
Yeah, you
Sheds it off. It's glossy underneath.
Yeah, you get yourself a little bit more comfortable. You end up making your way down shortly after they do. Elliot, you found a table that was open, and shortly enough, the three of them come down.
Two beers, please.
Shortly enough. What does that mean?
You know exactly what I
It
mean.
means you are short.
Oh.
2 beers.
2 beers.
But like really big ones.
Absolutely. Just a moment. And he turns fairly deftly, doesn't seem to be showing age in most of his movements, produces 2 large beer steins.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to need 2 as well.
Of course.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on.
Produces those as well.
Are we double fisting?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, ready? 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And you just start chugging your beer. Go ahead and both of you get to make me constitution checks, please.
I come down the stairs as Wilf starts his second one because Lindo's still working on the first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Was that a saving throw?
You know what? Sure. Let's make them saves.
Okay.
What you got?
11.
All right.
12.
Okay. Right then. So you pound your beers, and afterwards you're, yeah, it hits you pretty quickly. You're starting to get a little bit of that initial buzz going. Jaxom, you see this happening and make your way over to the table where Elliot's sitting.
Hey, Elliot. Elliot.
Yes.
Elliot.
Can I touch your face? Is your face cold?
Elliot, I've got an idea. Oh, we're going to go out and have ourselves a bit of a night because you're going to be talking about all this smart stuff about this rock.
I am obviously very intelligent, but they do not want to be part of your conversation. We need to find all the taverns.
We are going to find all the taverns and we are going to...
Magic beer.
Magic beer. We're going to find magic beer.
It is a goal.
Aren't you carrying the rock?
Give
hold
them the
on,
rock.
hold on,
Give
okay,
them the rock.
hold
Put
on.
it on the table.
Yeah.
You don't want that rock.
Here, okay,
I
hold on.
don't want that rock.
All right, it's on the table.
Just
That rock
clunk.
is on the table.
Oh my god.
I want the sash back.
Yeah.
You know when you're done.
But we're going to go find magic beer.
Okay.
Yeah?
And we done boiled.
No,
Okay.
I'm
No, you
not.
don't want to go find magic beer?
No.
Right. Well, we're going to go find magic beer. You guys have fun doing, nerd stuff.
Mr. Wilf,
Yeah?
if Lindo gets in trouble, it is on your head.
I will.
Well, I mean, if he gets
You know-
in trouble,
you know what
it's
that means?
easier to put on my head than his head, because...
Do you know what that means, though? I am off the hook.
You're not over No. Let's go.
Okay,
Jaxom, you agree, don't you?
Most definitely.
we are already at the door.
All right, so the two of you have made your way off and out. The two of you, shortly after, within like a minute and a half or so of them leaving the door, you see a halfling woman walking in, browns and greens, several different layers of different fabric, very tastefully done in a set of kind of overlapping robes. She comes walking in, hair put up very long hair, but also put up into a ponytail that comes, or I believe that not quite a top knot, but I actually don't know what you call that hairstyle.
A bun?
A bun with a tail coming down the back.
A bun?
A bun.
With the ponytail?
Yes.
Like a squid bun? You know, like the ones where it's like a half a bun, but the rest of the ponytail comes out, so it just looks like a squid?
That.
I don't know what that's called either.
Kind of wavy brown hair cascading down her shoulders. She comes walking and looks around, immediately sees Elliot, a big smile across her face, and she comes walking over.
Good to see you again.
Hello. Hey. You're in town. Good.
Yes. I believe you were contacted by my master, were you not?
Yes. Anavar mentioned that you are going to be needing some assistance with something. It was a little vague, but
it's actually something that rather worries me.
Okay.
On our travels, we found a large tree that was affected by chaos magic.
She scoots up into one of the chairs and kind of sitting there looking, listening.
It had the unfortunate ability of mind manipulation of people on the street, like people and animals, and having it impale itself on the tree.
Oh dear! You suspect that this thing has some sort of charm or dominion power, or?
I did identify it.
Okay.
It's basically I couldn't discover much. It was old magic, and it basically, if I use any spell near it, it causes my magic to wild.
Oh, and you have this with you?
Yes, it's on the table there. I haven't touched it.
She blinks, looks. Oh, well, yes, of course.
Just leaving it out there. Just
how about we start at the beginning? Tell me the story of how you came to this. And
I tell the story.
You start regaling the story. Jaxom, you assist in making sure that the story stays on. Well,
Yes.
Not that you have to worry
No,
about
I don't have
Elliot,
to worry
but
about it too much. Just anything he's missed.
yeah. So the two of you basically start regaling Professor Thistlethumb.
Detailed descriptions of the, which, much to my embarrassment, of the wild magic that I shown.
Okay. Also, it takes her a full 10 minutes to realize that she has not actually introduced herself, and pauses the story long enough to hold out a small hand and introduce herself to you as Professor Anya Thistlethumb. She is the transmutation professor at the college.
Oh. Jaxom Shaw, nice to meet you.
She shakes your hand, very all smiles, and then turns and says, please continue. And you continue your story. The two of you have made your way out into the streets. Where do you go first?
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, Wilf.
yeah.
Wilf,
Yeah.
I'm a little fuzzy. I'm not really sure we should have done two.
Well, I mean, I'll get you, but we really had to dissuade them because Jackson would have been
I
like,
definitely have courage.
this is against the law. And Elliot would be like, I really don't want you to cause any trouble while you're
Those are
around.
good voices.
Thank you. I try. It's a gift of mine. But what we need to do is we need to
Go to the
walk
store.
by and case the store to make sure that the guy's gone out for the evening.
I got this.
Maybe we can find out that he's like a drinker and likes to go out and
I told you I'm sneaky.
Yes, we are the sneakiest
We are
of
very
our
sneaky.
friends. We are far sneakier than all other friends.
We are so sneaky.
We are.
So sneaky.
No, I think you said stinky right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not, okay. No, I bathe.
Of course you do.
bathe.
It's all right, ladies. He does in fact bathe.
I do.
So what we do is we go. We've got to case the joint as.
So you make your way to where the
We're talking about our plan out loud as we walk toward it.
okay. So you make your way through. At this point in the evening, people are milling about going to, like, closing down shops. A lot of the doors have already shut for the evening. Some of the The other establishments are still like serving dinner and such like that. But you make your way towards the mercantile area where you were before. And when you get there, you find the stall still there, but empty. No person, no goods, no
he stole
merchandise.
everything.
You do, on the other hand, make me perception checks as you start to look around. Alternatively, investigation.
Oh, I'll take investigation because of... Yeah. I am the most investigative investigator that I've investigated, so a 22 should do it.
Okay.
25.
Okay.
I'm like, I have like eagle vision right now. I feel very one with myself.
I pull out...
25. All right.
I pull out
Yeah.
a magnifying glass and I search for clues because...
So, Wilf, your investigation, you make your way around looking at the stall where all of these things were earlier. You see, footprints around. You see people have milled about here. You do find a piece of paper or parchment that looks like it was discarded behind it. And as you pull that out, it looks like a bill to charge porters to move goods via wagon to a storage warehouse.
Oh, Lindo, I found a clue. A clue, Lindo.
What kind of clue did you find?
I found recept.
Lindo,
It's definitely paper.
you're looking around, and this area of the market is nearby one of the viewing platforms. So you're actually kind of taking a look around, and you look over to one of the you look over the edge, and below you see. Probably maybe 50 or 60 feet down is the tops of buildings of another district. This one is somewhat closely packed, larger buildings. And
like ants.
You look down and you swear you recognize a person who's standing near one of the warehouse areas, and you see the shopkeep that you had seen before actually stepping out of a warehouse, turning... locking a door, looking around, and then wandering off down the street.
If you hold it far away,
Well-
it makes it upside down.
Well, I do not know how to read. Put your paper away. Look at your eyeballs.
You make your way over and you look down, and again, almost directly below you on another island down there, you see, again, series
I say we jump.
of tall buildings, kind of wide ones. Definitely looks more like a shipyard than anything else. But you see people milling about. And sure enough, walking down the road away from it is that shopkeep you saw.
Oh, that is his warehouse. That's where he keeps the goods.
I just thought about something.
What?
We are going to need to develop some form of courage before we do this, yes?
What? Well, yes.
I mean, there's a tavern right behind us. We did say we were going to play the magical beer. I'm just saying that perhaps we should do...
Lying to our friends is wrong.
It is. And I think we should also find the beer before we jump off the sledge.
Well, remember, I can only make one of us fly at a time.
So we're going to have to walk, huh?
Well, you could still jump. There's water down there, but it's a long way down.
It's the warehouse area is just 50 feet below.
Oh, 50 feet?
Below the island area you are on now. You can see that there are bridges and such, like you would have to make a roundabout walking path. But from here, you can see that the walls of that district do have guards on them.
I have rope.
Do you have rope? How much rope do you have?
50 feet.
You have 50 feet of rope.
Exactly 50 feet.
You have exactly 50 feet. Well, Lindo, I don't want to go on the rope without being a little braver.
Let's go be brave.
Let's go be brave.
Okay.
Okay, so the two
Magic
of you
beer.
make your way to the nearest tavern and start pounding down more beers, whereas the two of you are back with Professor Thistlethumb, who has at this point finished listening to your story and is staring at the item on the table. She has asked several times just to make sure that you're saying that when you cast anything nearby it seemed to mess with the way magic is working.
Yes.
Feng shui.
In a very similar way of the wild magic sorcerers.
So she looks around. She pulls out a book, puts it down on the table in front of her, looks at the item, looks at this, holds out a hand, says, just take a step back.
You're going to do this in the middle of a crowded bar?
She shrugs.
Okay.
The chances of hurting anybody are fairly slim. And she goes over, reads out a spell, her hand starts to glow, and she's concentrating on it. You recognize it looks like she's possibly trying to identify it. And as she's starting to concentrate on it, a wind picks up around the bar. The fires in the hearths are fluttering back and forth. And as the spell completes, suddenly there's kind of a thwomp sound, and all of the lights in the building go out. Except for the one lantern outside the building, which is still flickering multicolored lights through the windows. And there's just muttering from everyone around in the bar.
And then lights appear because there has to be at least 3 wizards in here.
Yeah, so several lights pop up and people are looking around, and you just hear Anya, "Sorry, we'll fix it." And then she looks at you. I see what you mean.
It was a lot more tame than I was expecting.
Last time I turned into a giant.
I see. Worst case scenario, we would have put up some protection. It would have been fine. We don't do these sort of things without wards in place.
La-di-da.
So, this particular item, I assume you've already attempted to identify what you can.
Yes.
You're right. The magic is very old. Very old. And this is not complete. This
Wonderful.
is a piece of something.
So there's more pieces of that. Hopefully not around here.
I have a thought about what this might be, but I'm going to need to take it with me. Do you trust me?
Absolutely.
For the evening, I will take this with me back to my lab, and I will do some tests. If I am right, and God's hope I am not, I will contact you as soon as I know. If I am wrong, then we will find this trinket a home where it can be kept safe.
Understood.
Very well.
What are your thoughts at this point?
Can you carry it?
Yes, as long as I don't cast anything on my way back to my lab, it should be fine.
Because it was burning, though, it burned our gnome.
It burned your gnome.
And our orc.
Yeah.
Half
It
orc.
hurt to hold it, to touch it.
She reaches out a small hand. Oh dear. She grabs the sash, wraps it,
Oh, okay.
and kind of holds it like a bag.
That's why we had Lindo holding it.
It's, yeah, Lindo can hold it. I can hold it.
Lindo.
Espina, the beautiful Thorn. He's one of our companions.
And he was able to touch this without...
Humans, as well as I.
Interesting. You were able to hold it as well?
Yes.
Understood.
Would you like me to carry it to your lab?
Not now. I'll take it from here. Thank you. I will send messages as soon as I know.
Thank you.
And she gingerly walks out, kind of holding it in front of her, as if
Like
at
a-
any moment it could do something terrible.
Because you don't know, it might.
The two of you have pounded down another 2 beers.
None of these were magic.
Each.
Well, I mean, I'm feeling sort of floaty. It's almost like
Constitution saves,
levitation.
please.
10.
16.
Okay. You're starting to hold this one a little bit better, but it's compounding. It's starting to get a little bit there. So
Feeling it.
you're starting to feel a bit more of this because they're handing you steins half your height.
It's a strange magic.
Okay, first off,
It's a...
stop singing. Second, you're very tiny. Do you think you should be drinking as much as I am drinking?
Well, then you should have another.
That's fair.
Okay, so you pound another one. Go for it.
6.
Okay, so the two of you make your way out of that particular tavern over to the edge you were standing at before.
I'm gonna tie this rope.
Mhm.
Do this
Alright.
post.
Tie it to that post right there.
We're just gonna drop right down.
Yeah, we're going to...
I'm just gonna go
No,
right down.
Don't drop down. Drop the rope, and then we will slide down the rope.
That's what I said.
So you tie it to a nearby lamppost, which there are several that illuminate the courtyard area you're standing in.
Okay.
Hey, Lindo.
Eh?
Angel Heist.
Angel Heist.
And the two of you descend the rope. As you make your way beyond the edge of the island, you see that underneath the island, it does seem to have rock and other areas beneath that are well connected and maintained. And there's a lot of arcane sigils that are kind of dully glowing in the darkness. But as you're descending, you feel the wind moves you slightly as you're kind of dangling over the building you're headed towards.
Right. Hey, Lindo. It's like we're in an open air cave.
Yeah. No, that
Both
makes
of you
what?
make me athletics or acrobatics checks, whichever you are attempting here.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
24.
All right. So
I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing.
the two of you make your way down. At this point, Wilf has wrapped an ankle in the rope and is upside down, lowering himself
Have you ever
slowly.
thought about being? I mean, this is. I mean, I'm not coming on to you, but an exotic dancer.
Oh, no, well, there was this one time in a set
could
of
be coming on to you.
islands a bit to the north
You're into that.
where, I was stuck there for a week without another ship. And I was younger and I needed the money.
And then you set down on top of the building below.
Okay, here we are.
All right, is this the right building?
You're pretty sure.
You want the receipt?
Okay, I can't see the address from on top.
I mean, what number is it?
It is this number.
I don't know. I don't know.
13.
It is
Number 13.
You got to take this
I
pictograph and
Class
match
Drive.
it. That's not how you do this. You take the pictograph, right? And then you hold it up and you match it to the other pictographs, and that is how you find your way.
Yeah, but the pictographs are down on the ground.
So make your way to the front of the building. You look down. There is the doors that are shut. A lock holds them closed.
Do you have any of those pull me fire spells? We just go right to the roof.
I mean, I could do a thunderclap, but I don't think that's a great idea.
I have a knife, but it will take us a while to dig.
What about if we...
Wait! I forgot. I have my thieves' tools in my back pocket.
Yeah.
We'll just go pick a lock.
Why don't we pick a lock?
How do we get off the building? Are there stairs?
We go to the corner and then we crawl down the side. Does it have a gutter?
Yeah.
Cool. I climb down the gutter because, well...
Sure. It doesn't take you very long to do so, and it's not a very tall building.
Oh, good.
So you slowly make your way down the gutter. You get to the front of the building. Perception checks.
I
keep cocking my dice.
11.
11. There doesn't seem to be any patrols of guards at the moment, so you're in the clear.
15?
15. Same. There doesn't seem to be anyone in eyesight that is walking through.
Well, we're clear. Let's go.
I pull out... Wait. I thought...
You
For a second,
that
I
is
pull
very
out my
polite
guitar,
of you.
and then I realize... Wait, I don't need that for this.
You gonna
Be
open it with
super-
thieves' tools?
super
Or?
I don't know what he's fiddling through his pouch. I'm gonna walk up and try to fiddle it with my thief tools.
Okay, roll it.
And I'll cast invisibility.
19.
You cast invisibility on
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Do you cast it on Lindo as well?
I can't do
Okay.
that.
Good
Yes,
to
you
know.
can. Well, if you can cast it as a third level spell.
So with
Oh.
the 19, I open the door and I turn around and Wilf is gone.
Yes.
I actually do have third level spells, so
I've been abandoned.
boop. You're invisible too.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So the two of you
Wow.
start. You look into the dark interior of this warehouse, and you start to creep in.
Creeping.
Perception checks.
creeping.
Wilf or Lindo, no dark vision? Yay, dark vision? You
I
do
am
have dark vision.
dark
human.
vision.
Right. So you can't see anything.
I see darkness at At 23.
Okay, you will actually see something.
8.
Okay, so Wilf, it seems pretty quiet in here. You're not really noticing anything out of the ordinary. You see a lot of boxes, crates, such like that on neat rows of shelves. Lindo, you don't see a whole lot except for towards the back on the left. You swear you see a glow of some kind, a little bit of a light back there, but you also hear the sounds of very light feet moving on the wood nearby.
My Lindo senses are tingling. I think you'll hear that. Listen.
I dodge to the side really quick, like do a barrel roll essentially.
You dodge and
Acrobatics.
Go ahead.
17.
Okay. You tumble off to the side and you manage not to knock anything over, but you make a little bit of that a sound when you do that, and almost in response to that sound, you hear coming from around a corner, and
I'm going to walk aimlessly toward that light.
Lindo, you're starting to wander off. You're still invisible, but you're just wandering through here. Wilf, you get a good view. Coming around the corner is what looks like a dog, but odd, as if it's made of stone. Carved features, eyes glowing slightly, and it comes around the corner and stops and scans the area, looking for whatever it is made the noise.
Do I see it?
You do not. You have actually wandered off and you can't see anything other than the glow ahead of you.
So we left the door open because we did not mention that we closed it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to fish into my pouch and very quietly pull out a gold, and then I'm going to throw it towards the open door.
Okay. So you toss the gold over there and it clink, clink, clink. It's the floorboards and rolls. The dog immediately sees it, runs forward and stops
And then
in the doorway.
And then I hide.
Okay, roll.
Which, invisible, so
Yeah. Lindo, you're making your way through. Are you attempting to be stealthy as well?
I'm going to pretend to be stealthy.
Go ahead and roll it. You have advantage.
23.
All right.
I like how I have drunk advantage. I appreciate this thing.
You're invisible is what's giving you that. All right.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. So
Wilf, where are you?
you're...
Wilf.
As you hear Lindo saying that, the dog at this point has looked at the gold coin for a moment and then hears Wilf, and it turns and it starts to making its way to where Lindo had wandered off. Lindo, you at this point you've gotten to the end of this shelf, and you look over, and another shelf over you see cages, but they're covered by tarps or blankets. So the light is muted, but you're able to see a little bit because one of the things under there is fairly well illuminated.
I look under the thingy.
Okay. You go over and you lift it slightly, and sure enough, underneath in a cage, bobbing gently, is a ball of light with what look to be small, almost like armor plates or pieces of metal kind of intertwined and moving.
Hello, little baby angel.
I tried to sneak up on the dog now that he ran past me.
Okay.
So I'm going to sneak.
Little
Roll
baby angel. We're coming to
And
rescue.
that is a 19.
Okay. You're starting to sneak up behind it. It doesn't seem to have noticed you, and it's making its way towards where Lindo had walked, but it's moving slowly and silently. But you're in full view of it, and it hasn't seen you. So, Lindo, you see the cage there. The cage next to it, on the other hand, seems empty.
I poke the empty cage.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
I take my thief tools. And I start picking the lock to the cage.
Okay. So you're doing that. You're picking the lock. Go ahead and make me another roll for that.
I am hyper successful.
Hyper successful.
I am not. Is it 13?
A 13. Okay. So you are attempting to pick the lock. It seems fairly difficult, actually.
So, as I'm coming around the corner following this big stone dog, do I happen to see, like a depression or like a lift up of this tarp?
You see more light towards the other side, and
the tarp awkwardly propped open, like
And
something is inside it, but
the
you
dog
can't see
is
it.
creeping towards it.
I'm going to try to jump onto the back of the dog and shove one of my spare belts between its teeth.
I'm going to grapple it.
Okay.
I'm going to try to grapple the stone dog.
Okay. Lindo, you're picking this lock, and you look over at the empty cage again, and when you're looking at it, you see a small fuzzy figure kind of to separate itself from the top of the cage. You weren't able to see it before, but as it makes its way down, you see the large eyes, floppy ears, very fuzzy, twitchy little nose, and whiskers sticking out, and it kind of hops over to the edge of the cage and puts up one little paw on the bar
Hello,
and
cutie.
looks at you
Hello.
imploringly.
I'll set your feet too. Don't worry about it. I'm going to let this little baby angel out first. Okay, hold on. Let me try again.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead and make me that attack there.
so we're going to start it off with an attack, then a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 18 on the dice. If you're going to let me use an acrobatics to leap on top of it, it would be a lot
You
better.
succeed. I rolled a 1.
That's amazing. I jump onto its back, shove the belt into its jaws to work as sort of a bit, and I'll say, "Lindo, unlock the angel! Lindo, unlock the angel!" I'm now visible.
Okay.
It starts making snarling noises, but they seem almost like they've been, like they're in a tin box of some kind. It's not, you notice that the dog is made of stone, and the noises it's making seem almost like that they're artificial. Well,
Yeah, I figured.
and you're wrestling with it and holding it down. Lindo, what was your roll for unlocking it?
Okay, so I tried to unlock the angel cage, and I tried to unlock the cute little animal cage, and I rolled, right? Okay, a 13 on the angel, but I rolled a 22 for the fuzzy cute thing.
Okay, so you fail at the angel one again, but you're like, oh thing, okay, you're a little fuzzy, and you stick your thieves' tools in, you twist and ping, and it's like, okay, and you open it up, and the little fuzzy cute like takes a step out, and like looks up at you, and like lifts one tiny little furry paw,
hey, Fred.
puts that, and it like grabs the tip of your finger, and hold on.
Hello, little friend.
This is good judgment. I like this judgment.
You feel a prick as very slowly from the hand as well as the body, the fur seems to melt away, and you're looking at the spindly red-skinned body of a small devil-looking creature that has just stuck you in the hand with with what looks to be a scorpion stinger. Go ahead and make me a Constitution save.
This is sad. Because that roll was also sad.
And 9?
You take 10 points of poison damage and 5 points of piercing damage as you lurch back. The thing starts to, like, it gets up and starts to fly around.
I have to roll one out!
You see flurry of something happening as it almost immediately goes over to what looks like a hooded lantern over by one of the walls, grabs it, and starts flying around shaking the oil
Lindo,
and laughing.
Lindo, let the angel out!
I'm working on it!
Okay.
And
Go ahead and make me
continuing.
another roll to... Yeah?
7 is the athletics.
Okay. It shakes you and then flips you forward, and you go flipping off of its back and land on your back in front of it as it stomps forward and snarls down at your face.
24!
Okay, you very quickly in your haze of now booze and poison, you go and you pick the lock and you pop it open and the door swings open and with the sound of like wind chimes, this kind of slowly floats out and floats around your head for a moment.
I've read.
Be free!
Floats up and then winks out of existence as it plane shifts away.
That was neat.
Meanwhile, you hear the laughing and cackling of this imp as it's shaking lamp oil out over all of the various
I don't
areas.
feel so good.
And Wilf, as you're looking up into the maw of this thing,
What
you hear
big teeth you have there?
you hear from the doorway, "Stop right there!
Uh-oh.
Do not move!"
I'm not moving.
And about 4 armored individuals, guards, step in. One of them just raises a hand and puts up lights that illuminate the area.
You might want to stop that imp from lighting a fire.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to try this. You ready? Don't worry. I am Elliot Frostmoon.
To which one of them pulls out a wand and makes a motion, and both of you start to feel very groggy.
I need to take a nap now.
sleepy. Lindo, you just
get it.
and the both of you fall asleep. The two of you have a nice evening. You drink some beer.
Yep.
And eventually make
Was it
your
magic
way
beer?
to your. You make your way to your room.
Yep.
You start heading your way off towards home. Off towards home, and that, dear Digidicers, is where we will leave you for this episode. So thank you for joining us for another fabulous episode of Hazardous Endeavors. And until then,
Game on,
Internets.